All right, YouTube is starting. Ooh, good one to start, Eric. There we go. We are live. Fully live. So welcome, everyone, to the Foolish Tech Show. It is a Tuesday morning, I believe. And we're here to provide support or answer any questions for our products and services. If you have any of those, you can jump over to our IRC chat and ask away, or you can direct our ramblings, 'cause that's what we're going to do otherwise. So how's everyone doing on this Tuesday? That good, huh?
I'm doing fine. I've been, as you guys may or may not know, I'm on jury duty this week. Yesterday they had a selection for a trial that they're doing today that I was not chosen for.
Oh, hush.
Got to go back tomorrow for another selection, but we'll see. I may participate in our government. Yay, in our judicial.
That's so unfortunate, Michael. But in any case, I also have been affected by jury selection as well, but that's over with now. Yay. Now we can work, hopefully.
Cool. Futures Tech Eric posted a link for us to talk about. Apparently, ransomware is attacking Nascar. Team was hit with Tesla crypt, and files were held for ransom for $500. I guess I didn't know they had hit Nascar owners. I would have been like, I want some branding on the side of my Bitcoin. I want this sponsored by Coke, so we're looking at least 100,000. It's a good link. Thanks, Futures Tech Eric. Oh, the fifth sentence down is the best part. I didn't even get to that, I don't think. Let's see what that said. One, two, three, 4, 5. The decision was made to pay the ransom as the encrypted files jeopardized the chances of the upcoming race. The data they were threatening to take from us was priceless. We couldn't go one day without it. It greatly impacted our team's future success. What?
Yeah,
they do collect a lot of data about telemetry data and things like that.
Yeah, but basically they're doing. I mean, they're saying it's okay to do something wrong that nobody agrees with. You know, that they tell you specifically not to do.
Well, hopefully they're backing up now.
I hate these stories. I hate them because it's literally these are just advertisements.
Well, wait, maybe he's talking about the line right below that, where it turns out that the one they've been hit with has been abandoned and decryption keys have been available and they still paid.
Yeah, exactly. That means you realize that the bad guys are out there. They're like, this ransomware is deprecated and it's still making money. You know, I mean, it's you got to be stupid not to be in the ransomware business if you're a criminal. It's the most surefire way to make a quick buck and without any consequences whatsoever.
I don't know about y'all, but I can see the Foolish IT logo splashed on the front of a car.
Yeah, that would be good. Although that's expensive, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Getting your logo on a car. Not just giving them software, that's for sure.
Maybe we can exchange crypto-prevent licenses.
What I'd like to point out here is they said we would lose years worth of work and millions of dollars and be completely unable to compete in upcoming races. So This is data like they absolutely have to have, and they apparently have not been backing up.
This was the wake-up call. Yeah, they already knew this data was so valuable. They already knew that every day that they came to work. And what? Nobody ever thought that, oh, what happens if the hard drive fails? What happens? Geez, I mean, yeah, this is so stunning to have been a veteran in this field for as long as we many of us have, and for you guys listening, particularly the Futures crew out there. I mean, this is just shocking. This is like people waking up and thinking computers were invented yesterday, and have to now relearn a concept that's been available since the inception of stored programs. It's shocking, and these are people in high positions. These are people getting with huge salaries. There's no with budgets beyond belief, like Nascar I'm sure has access to, and they can't have a backup plan or anything at all in place to protect themselves from this.
Michael, quit using your hands. You're making the YouTube stream buffer.
So this is so sad, and really the news the news reporters should step up and ask the questions, because nobody's asking the questions about backups in any of these stories.
Well, they're mostly interested in the entertainment value these days in the media, not in actually circulating relevant information.
Yeah, exactly. And what does that lead to? More people getting affected by it, more millions and millions of dollars in lost time, and everything else for something that's completely avoidable. And I don't, and our product does protect against it, okay? But I'd rather ransomware go away and us move on to something else, but it's not going to with these types of stories. And the journalists are doing this and all the tech sector a great disservice by continuing to ask no questions. Apparently, when tech gets involved, people can just put the microphone up to them, and there's no other involvement on the reporter's end. They just record what somebody says. But that's not how reporting does. It needs to be a back and forth. There needs to be questions. There needs to be follow-ups. And there's not in these cases, and it's because they're inexperienced, they don't know technology. Well, then you shouldn't be the reporter on the case.
All right, well, let's move on to something a little bit better.
Yay.
I totally agree with Michael, though, just to put that out there.
No, I agree, but it's not going to get us very far here. Tank, I wanted your opinion on this. So this is a ball python on a fleece throw, and apparently it looks like it feels like it's traveling, but it's not actually going anywhere. I'm kind of thinking that it's actually doing that on purpose. I think it just likes the feel of that fleece blanket. Tank, if you watch that, do you feel that it's actually trying to move somewhere and not getting anywhere, or?
It kind of looks like a dog wallowing around in the grass, just like you said, because it feels good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. He's not actually trying to go anywhere. He's just like enjoying the moment. I haven't tried it with my ball python yet. I don't know if we have a fleece blanket.
Are you kidding me? All the blankets I own are fleece.
Oh. Maybe we do. Well, I guess you'll find a ball python in one of them when you come home.
He's not going to tell you which one.
Nope. That will be up to you to find out. Yeah, see, they are cuddly. Yeah, snakes are good. They don't hurt anything. So G-Hacks had a review on an interesting program here. It's kind of like Ninite or Chocolatey, but it looks like it's free. It supports up to 120 programs. It's all run off the command line. It said something about being able to use batch files to install a whole bunch of stuff. So we may want to check that out and see about getting it added as an option or alternative to patch my PC in Ninite, although I'm sure Ninite is still much better. I thought that was cool, though. I thought this was an interesting app as well, especially for us that like to travel around to random cities. It's called Detour. It'll give you GPS guided audio tours of major travel destination cities. So you can walk around and it will talk to you about everything that is around you. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it does cost money though. San Francisco tour costs $5, or you can get the entire set for $25. So it looks like they're currently limited to 10 separate guides, such as San Francisco, Austin, New York, London, Paris, Berlin, Barcelona, and Marrakech. Chicago and Los Angeles are coming soon.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool idea at least.
I wonder if they actually like tell you about destinations before you go there, if it just tells you about things, about sites close to you.
When I first read off of it, it looked like it was you're in this town, and if you're in a spot, it'll start talking to you. But it looks like maybe it is for more of a, you can get it and look around first, maybe, and then find out more about that city when you're there. Or, I mean, it said it was GPS responsive, so I imagine you have to be in those locations. Interesting idea nonetheless.
Well, it says it tells you where to walk while narrating your surroundings, so I guess it does tell you about the different attractions.
Yeah, while you're there. There is an app already, like what you were talking about, that'll just tell you about cool things that you're close to. It's called the Field Trip app. It's from Niantic, the creators of Ingress and now the new Pokemon Go apps. But yeah, the Field Trip is kind of cool because it'll just show you all kinds. It doesn't matter where you are. It'll show you a list of history and art and interesting sites around you.
Is it
I really like that. I don't know, because that's the name of it. Let's see. It is a pretty interesting app, though. Yes, that would be it. But yeah, it is pretty nice and cool. It's almost like you're playing Ingress without any of the actual Ingress stuff. So like most everything on that app, it used to be, at least when I last tried it, was a Ingress portal as well. So I like the Ingress route because you get to play a game while you're finding out about all that art and history and information. Hey, so yesterday we talked about
can I just throw out something real quick?
Hold on, this was important.
Okay.
Microsoft got sued yesterday for $10,000 because they messed up some lady's computer with their Windows 10 forcing down her throat.
Is that the one we talked about yesterday?
Yeah. So lady never heard of Windows 10. Her system tried to upgrade to it. She had all kinds of issues. Went through Microsoft, still had issues. Was her sole primary work computer and lost a whole bunch of work. So she decided to sue Microsoft for time lost and a new computer, because you need a new computer when your OS doesn't upgrade correctly. But she won for $10,000. So imagine this.
Precedent.
Microsoft comes out today with a updated Windows 10 thing that clearly states
decline. Oh, wow.
And this is after, like, right before this $10,000 hit in court, they had even gone to the fact where they took off the X button entirely. So before they were doing the malware tactics, if you hit X, it meant yes. Now they had just taken the Xbox off entirely and was like, schedule your time for upgrade. Then today, after a court decision, they come out with a new upgraded one that says decline free offer. We know you don't want this anymore.
We've heard you speak.
Yeah.
Cost
that's
nothing.
But it's funny how the ears stay closed. It's funny how the ears stay closed until a lawsuit comes up. I mean, you're supposed to be an industry leader. You're supposed to have your finger to the pulse of your users out there and how they're feeling, their moods, what they want, they want, and what they don't want. And the companies have gotten so far away from that. And now it takes literally something like this to make them open up their eyes. And if they're that disconnected from the pulse and pace of their users, then I think they're out of touch, and I think they need to go back and maybe reevaluate their tactics. But that I'm sure that doesn't that's not always the most profitable choice. Yes, but can I throw out something completely different? But that's cool. Well, let's see. What does they say? Futures are say. Well, if it takes $10,000 to clear that out of their works, they may need to be sued more often. Good point. Maybe it is the consumer's responsibility to take them up on it more often. Now, I believe that there may have been some problems in this case, but the more cases, certainly the more attention, and certainly maybe it'll lead to action and better action like we saw. Okay, moving slightly to in a different direction. I thought this was interesting. If it's in fact true that it's the first case of this, but so basically, all that copyright infringement in a case, and this was over the Adam Sandler movie, The Cobbler. It's an interesting case too because apparently the defendant. They owned they were working in sort of home, communal home or whatever, and so everyone had access to a communal internet connection. But at any, and that is an important part of this, I think, and that was brought up during the case. But it's the usually they just the plaintiffs just have to show. Traditionally, it's done by pointing out that the IP address is directly linked to the defendant's internet connection, but that's not enough. And if you can excuse me, I should have turned off the phone. I didn't do that.
It's over in Oregon, and that's the district that this was ruled in, though. And it's kind of sad that it's taken them. I mean, Napster got hit, and we started bringing up discussions of this back in 2000, 2001. And now the courts are just finally getting to the point, and this is only the first time someone said, oh, just being an IP address doesn't mean that person downloaded it.
Yeah, well, this is the first time the judge threw it out. I mean, he basically said, "Nah, this isn't good enough to go forward." No matter, and they and the plaintiffs, the movie, people or whatever. In this case, they took every angle. They even did indirect infringement, meaning that the guy should have been responsible for the use of it by the people in the house. And the judge is like, no, and he says, well, it's a piece of evidence to suggest something. It's by no means conclusive in any way, shape, or form, and it's not sufficient. It doesn't meet the standard necessary, and this hopefully will set a precedent for future cases like this, where they have to provide some additional information and not just a number. And well, it is possible this guy was the infringer. The number and the IP address isn't enough, and the very fact that we're still on IPv4, the vast majority of consumers, meaning there's an actual shortage of IP addresses out there. There's not a one-to-one correspondence between IP addresses and people. It's the farthest thing from it, especially with IPv4. Now with IPv6, that may actually be possible, but until that takes place, everyone, how many devices do you have attached to it? And if somebody, is just even a friend, if they come over, just borrows your phone, walks around the house and does something out of your site or whatever with it, you know, are you responsible for that? Well, maybe, but they need to put some laws in place if that's the case. And they need to take this as again, it's just a piece of evidence. The IP address is just a piece of evidence, and not absolutely clear cut one way or the other. And for a case to simply rely upon that once in so unspecific thing is totally anti-tech. I mean, I believe we all out there know that inherently, but it's crazy that the lawmakers. I mean, Brantley is so right. I mean, we're talking about 2016 here. We'll put out the laws that, you know, we'll be worried about. You know, we'll put out those bathroom laws that get so crazy.
But again, this is why I recommend moving out west, because out west they are much more progressive.
Well, I'm saying we should put out the laws that are valid. People are throwing out laws and getting them passed for things that probably, in my opinion, shouldn't even be worried about. But they're not addressing some of these very real concerns. Lawmakers need to address the real concerns in the world, and not just the
that's all, folks.
Futures Tech Eric, I like your comparisons. Dexter and the bus are fairly good there. I kind of feel like maybe Microsoft is more like Dexter, like the
point, Eric. Yeah.
Serial killer murderer person.
So I can talk a little bit about Dune if you wanted me to. But
oh, hold on. There's some more links we can go over.
You can talk about anything, Michael. Seems like.
Unless we ask them to directly.
Yeah.
So apparently they're coming out with bionic earphones, earbuds. So these are designed to stay in your ears, and they will actually manipulate the outside sounds
with subliminal thoughts and messages from the government that sponsors the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Probably. It will. It allows you to augment the sounds based on what you want. So, like, if you want to hear more of the outside, you can turn the outside up. If you want to hear less of the outside, you can turn outside down. You can even apply like psychedelic augmentation to the outside sounds and stuff. It's going to be $300, but I thought it was kind of interesting. First way to smart feedback. And
it's Bose, like it's a good pair of Bose isolation things with a smartphone app, basically. Control.
Guess I don't know if it uses a smartphone app though. I don't know how it does it.
Sounds cool, but it also sounds troubling.
Well, I'm kind of excited because I wish technology would help out more. Like,
okay, I'm seeing the picture now, and you can remove them. Okay, I thought you were talking about an implant. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that would be way cooler.
That would be what I was talking about when I interrupted you earlier.
Yeah,
implant, but okay.
No, these are just earbuds that you can put in, and you're supposed to be able to leave them in. I'd be interested though if it helps out with the hearing aid stuff at all, because that's one of my biggest gripes about the state of technology. Is like, sure, we got all these fancy computers, we're getting into VR stuff, but it really hasn't augmented us any. Like, they haven't come out with any technology that's reliable, usable every day for things going forward. Like, having a camera that records 360 all the time, every day, everywhere, so that you can capture moments is something I think they should have already done. Ear stuff is something that should already have been done. Like, people shouldn't have to be going to doctors to get special hearing aids. Like, you should just be able to get a cool pair of earbuds like this, and that's your hearing aids.
That is exactly true. That was my first thought, but but I don't know. It needs like mixer controls. For me, I would have to have at least like 5 or 7 level mixer control, is I'm mostly deaf in this ear, but only in like all of the mid ranges. You know, the high ranges and the low ranges I get loudly. And so that would be awesome.
There was another link. I don't think I have it anymore about a.
Why did I do that?
It allows you to adjust the volume levels per earbud. So if you have hearing difficulties in the ear, you can have it one of them turned way up, the other one turned adequate, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Why did I do that? Is that showed for everyone?
No, we weren't talking about you, Michael. I was talking about what Quark and Eric were talking about in the chat.
I didn't see.
Last thing you will ever put in your ears, they say, except a Q-tip, maybe.
I would imagine that would build up Q-tip stuff, like earwax stuff, fast if you had earbuds in all day. I know that if I have earbuds in for like 8 hours, my ears hurt after that.
Oh yeah, I can't stand to have them in for an hour. I don't wear earbuds, period, because of that. But
yeah, I can't stand them at all.
It doesn't bother me unless I do it for like a full all work day setup, but
Eric.
Yeah, I used to, Eric, but I would. I found that if you get the really nice pair, you tend to take care of them better, and they tend to last longer.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that you take care of stuff that you pay for.
Yeah. Well, like I was in a habit of watches and sunglasses. I would go through so much that I was just getting the cheapest ones at Walmart every time, and $5-10 for a new pair of sunglasses or watch was fine to do every year. But then I realized that if I paid a lot for a pair of Oakleys, hey, those lasted for 3 years. So I kept up with them more and tried to keep them better. Yeah, that's what I liked about it, is that they already had the trippy augmentation for audio. So if you want to do drugs but don't have any, at least you can sound like it. Well, we all talked about this yesterday, and we all cleared our calendars for May 2019. Hopefully everyone out there will do the same, because this will be a very important date for everyone.
What?
The Minecraft movie is coming out.
Oh, yeah. In 2019?
That's a long way down the road.
I was so hoping they'd be dead.
Compete with Star Wars and when it comes out, and
yeah, Star Wars and something else.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what the other one was.
But it's May 24th, and it's coming to IMAX 3D, so that's definitely going to be the way we're going to have to see it.
Oh, and Avengers.
I hope and pray it's going to go the way the Angry Birds movie did.
Well, I hope that they have a scene like you described to us, where they're just running around killing block dogs.
Well, being 3 years down the road, do you think Minecraft will still be relevant?
Well, yeah.
I don't
That's what happened to Angry Birds.
And
all their...
Well, no, Angry Birds was different, though. Angry Birds wasn't Legos for your computer.
That's true, but
I mean, that's why
Minecraft time waste for a lot of people.
Yeah, but Minecraft is like a Legos addiction, not like.
I purchased a tablet to play Angry Birds, and that's all I ever used it for. And it's dead now. I played it to death.
Dead now. Well, Angry Birds was a good game, and I bet if you played it again, you would still find that you would like it, and probably could get.
But you know, I mean, but it was so addictive, and then they kept coming out with more and more, and I was like, yeah. But it did lose its appeal, even though there was more to do. You know, it definitely lost its appeal. I know that like MMORPGs, like Asheron's Call Proctor, are still going today. Yeah, like the old good ones, a lot of them try and fail, and Minecraft seems to be like the new good one for kids, which is even worse. But come on, 3 years from now?
I actually know quite a few adults that play it. And that's why I compare it to Legos.
Yeah, I Legos lost their appeal for me too,
What?
Although they haven't for some people. Proctor and I have an old friend out in Arizona who makes daily trips to the Lego store out there, I think, and has
Beavis. We know
kids would
Beavis.
flip out in his house.
We know Beavis in the IRC chat.
Yeah, but he spends way too much money on that, I'm sure.
Well, this link, I'm sure Nick will be very excited about, and will probably change his entire life going forward. .NET Core 1.0 has been released for open source.
Wow. What does that have to do with us?
I was just saying, I think it'll change your life.
Oh.
Well, it's already a mono. I mean, you can already do .NET programming.
Well, that was a try to be copy of .NET. This is a Microsoft released version of .NET.
Okay. I gotcha.
So Microsoft didn't have anything to do with Mono, and Mono is just the community's attempt to add the framework.
I gotcha. I wonder where .NET Core 1.0 stands in relation to Mono's development.
I'd like to know where it stands in relation to .NET's development.
Well, I mean, okay, I can tell you right now that there's going to be fundamental differences between .NET 4 and the 1.0 Core that they released. The other big part is that if it's 1.0 Core, it's probably not all of the 1.0 framework. Now, it depends on what they left out, but this could be meaningful, but it may not be as meaningful as you may seem to or want to be the case.
No, it's going to change the future.
Okay. I hope so.
Just like this will change the future for any cat owners. Nick, I know Jade had an issue with trying to walk the cat. That's because you're not supposed to walk cats. You're supposed to do this with them.
Aww.
It's a kitty carry hoodie.
That coot. Why the hoodie though?
So you can have cat ears.
Exactly.
I know, but that just brings closer examination and scrutiny from law enforcement and security officials.
Oh, besides the fact of having a cat in your pouch with no hoodie, I think that would be a little bit more concerning. Be like, that guy has a cat and no hood. We're gonna have some big issues here.
Well, I guess you wouldn't want to be seen in a thing like that.
Especially if someone of your stature is walking around with a hoodless cat carrying case.
Mew Guru hoodie. Yeah, but okay, all right, I see. Oh, those are dangly balls, but for the cat to play with. Okay, I get, but you'd have to support the cat constantly anyway. What is the point? I mean, other than your clothing is not going to wear right.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to constantly support the cat to get it to stay in there anyway. So
I don't know too many. Yeah, I don't know too many cats who get in that thing.
Mm-hmm. My cat actually likes to lay up on my shoulder, like on my belly and chest, like stretched out with his paws up, over my shoulder and around my neck, and like hugs me and stuff. I mean, that's not even. It's cute.
By the way, this is the coolest video of the day that I've seen. I have you guys dealt with polyethylene oxide? I have not. Apparently, it has some very interesting fluidic properties, and I don't know. It might be fun to watch. It's pretty short there. I think it's a 1.5-minute video. Sorry.
At least I'm not alone, Ian. Thank you.
What was it, Michael?
Ian's cat does the same thing in chat. So, yeah. Interesting story about a cat. I was just talking about training my previous cat, Mr. Kitty, to use the toilet, and because Dylan was asking about that, and that was an experience. You're supposed to, I guess, put the litter box beside the toilet, put newspaper under it, lift it up. Slowly but surely, the cat learns to jump up to it. And then you move it over to the toilet, and then hopefully you got a spare toilet, or you buy one of those plastic trays that goes over the toilet that they have now, which they didn't when I did it. So luckily we had 2 bathrooms in that apartment. And you put saran wrap, or I put saran wrap over the toilet bowl, a little bit of litter in, some old poo, and the cat learns to go there. Well, it worked great. Cat was using it up to the saran wrap and everything else. But I'm going to tell you, when I removed the saran wrap, he quit going over the bowl and started going over the side. And then when I gave him his litter box back, I tried something different. I put it under the sink, and I hammered a little nail in so that the door would not shut all the way and he could paw it open. And so he would always poo under the sink. But then the problem ended up being that he wouldn't pee in there. I guess he was too lazy to do that. So he would jump on top of the sink and pee in there. And, not like water was rushing down to clear this thing out or anything. So when I got up in the morning and brushed my teeth, I would vomit. Yeah, all the time. Not good. Just let your cat go outside, put him outside, get a litter box, train the kids to clean it. That's all you need to do. That's all I'm saying.
Well, on another note, Google is making its virtual reality field trips app available for everyone now. It's called Expeditions.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Did you talk about them upgrading their map?
I just installed Field Trip yesterday.
They upgraded their map data.
Wait, the field trip app?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good app. It'll tell you interesting things around your area.
But this is like an upgrade to that, or a different?
Well, this is something different. So this is a VR experience, but they said you don't need Google Cardboard for it, but you could get one and make it better. But basically, it'll take you to extravagant locations like the Great Barrier Reef, and basically give you a field trip of that. The field trip app that you have is it just tells you interesting historical and art and things that are around you.
Yeah.
So you can make
I'm digging this.
Yeah.
I'm digging this. I bought gosh, I need to see if that works with the 6P. I bought oh gosh. What is this thing? Dive. I got the Dive here. Probably so I don't know what you call. Yeah, the VR thing. And so I was like, all right, cardboard is not good with water. I guess phones aren't either. But I wanted to get this. I mean, kids aren't good with cardboard either. So I wanted to get this, and it says it does up to a 6-inch phone.
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't. Not even close. By the way, just letting y'all know. 5.5, maybe. Sorry, it's worthless. I haven't tried it, but anyway, it just reminded me to try it with the new thing.
The Firefly or
what
Fly
is
or something I have does 6-inch phones.
What is Slither.io?
This one.
Does anybody know what Slither.io is?
What?
What is Slither.io?
No, it doesn't work with this one either. Gosh, this one's way smaller.
What the hell is Slither.io? Is it some game? Looks like it's some game.
I don't know, but share it on your social media to unlock custom skins.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
Ian says it's an MMO version of Snake.
Fudge.
Oh, well then this video has got to be great. This is old folks using Slither.io.
What's that?
It's an MMO version of Snake.
That.
You remember the snake? You remember the
I remember Snake from Metal Gear on my NES. I don't.
No, it's
more specific.
The Snake game. It was like the best game on calculators ever. You had the line and you had to find dots.
Yeah, this looks three-dimensional though, so or something like that. So I don't know. It could be interesting. The gameplay differences, I imagine, are pretty great. But I enjoy the game, and it's a whole light cycle, from Tron, basically ripoff, right?
Ooh.
Actually, it does look like a cool game.
Oh.
Anyway, the video is probably pretty funny. If you guys want to watch.
There's a video?
That I posted in the RC.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be busy for a few minutes.
I guess that was the best link I posted today.
Yep. I was sitting here watching the ad like I was waiting because the old people were in the ad, and I was like, oh, that's an ad. EO? E-I-E-I-O, they're saying?
So there's a new ransomware called EDU Crypt, which
targets educational institutions.
No, it tries to teach you a lesson for stuff. So it'll encrypt a victim's files, but instead of demanding a ransom, it gives victims the password for free along with a reprimand. And the readme.txt that they put when they encrypt your files says, well, hello there. You have a virus. Well, you're going to need to get the decryptor, which is here. And they give a link, and it says, don't download random shit on the internet. A hidden.txt has been created with the decrypt password. Find it.
Yeah, well, that's the best way to teach people a lesson, The problem is, how could they spread that to enough people to really cause public awareness to raise?
Well, it's still causing damage.
Yeah, it's still,
and it is still technically it is, yeah, causing damage. You're right. If it, yeah, I don't know. I would go easy on that person if I caught them. If he was in court and I was overseeing the trial.
Well, intention's one thing, but execution's completely different. And as funny as it is, and as much as, we've all wanted to do something like that to teach people, or just something to not like them, but to teach people, we try, I know, as techs. I'm pretty sure that I know all of you here, and I'm pretty sure most anyone watching it cares enough about their customers to teach them better, as well as taking their money. But it's a little too far for me. I would not go easy on this person in court because you're going to have all kind of grandmas that do what? Their computer's infected, their files are encrypted, they can no longer work or see their grandson's picture. I don't know. And what are they going to do? They're going to go spend money. Yeah, that's the first thing they're going to do. I mean, it says don't trust downloading random shit, but download the decryptor here. You know, I'd take it to a pro. That's still money. It's still harassment, and whatever.
Yeah. It is still bad, but it is one of the better ones out there. Like, if someone brought this to me, I would be feel like interesting to see. Like, if someone brought if I'm regularly cleaning out viruses that are demanding money, and then someone brought this to me, I'd be like, oh, that's not that bad. Plus, we would be able to clearly communicate. You see how this said, "Don't download random shit." Don't do that. It's actually doing a good thing.
Yeah, I know, but then they're not going to download the decryptor. I like.
But that's fine. They don't need to. They should bring money still to clean out this infection. But it makes it much easier to segue into the fact of, hey, look, this would happen because of what you did. I can sell you antivirus, I can sell you stuff all day long, but it comes down to you at the end.
I will. Never mind.
What is that link, Michael? You want to talk about it?
Well, I like next generation file systems, and it's been I think it's been a while since Apple has done anything in that regard, and I think it's an area where they may be lacking in comparison to other development. I think Microsoft's lacking as well, but Linux and is at the forefront, of that, and they typically get access to new file systems a lot more rapidly and quickly. And there is a definite need for file systems and large amounts of data and new technologies influencing them. It's just I don't have anything specific to say about this other than it's just technologically on the back end. It's kind of interesting, but this is a Mac specific take on it. Okay, if you want to read about ZFS in general, there's maybe other places that go over it in a more generalized way and talk about the pros and cons of it. But this is very much specific to Macs, but it is very detailed. So I'm definitely going to read it all.
Well, apparently hackers have 600,000 healthcare records for sale. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you pay the ransomware to the
shut down everything.
Well,
Oh, Michael, they have you listed here as one of the records.
Sure.
And Game of Thrones just ended. Proctor, I'm assuming you haven't caught up with it yet still?
So no, do I need to close my ears?
No. Apparently there's only going to be 15 more episodes max. So next season may be the last season, and at least it'll be a little bit longer than their current 10 episode crunch.
So, oh god. So how many seasons has it been on?
6.
Oh, so it's that's what I don't get though. I mean, think about it. You used to measure the length of time of shows by the number of seasons they had, but the amount of episodes per season has been reduced and reduced and reduced, and now there's that now in basically in a year, they'll do one show for the first part of the year and another show in the next part of the year. It's kind of crazy. I don't feel like we're getting as much bang for our buck with sitcoms anymore. Well, not sitcoms, Jesus. I guess any serialized show or anything like that. But six seasons is pretty good. So the thing is, though, if you're talking about the number of the episodes, like for instance, there's like most of the Star Trek series ran more than 6 or 7 seasons. Or I guess they were right up there at that level. But there were a lot more episodes produced of those.
Hey, did you talk about the 94% off coding boot camp thing yesterday?
No.
Oh.
I never talk about those things.
Oh. Okay.
Those package pay what you want deals are kind of a ripoff sometimes.
They can be. They can be. I don't know. Well, there's the link if anyone want to look into it. I was just checking the bleeping feed. But 33 hours of video content, downloadable ebook, live guidance with instructors. Front-end development, HTML, CSS, Java, blah, 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 back-end, Ruby on Rails, Node, e-commerce database, and more.
So most all of those packages and stuff are random people that uploaded their own course. And you get a very wide variety of sometimes good info, sometimes crap info. So.
Really?
Yeah, I did some. I was looking up to see what sort of course material was up there for a couple of things related when I was going to class, and some of these links were provided by the instructor, and it was just very hit or miss on the presentation of it and the quality of it, and a lot of other factors.
In fact,
a little bit more about it. I agree with Brantley on this one. But.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm starting to. In fact, I was clicking the link, and now I'm looking on it's like deals.bleepingcomputer.com/sales/now, and I don't know where this is actually coming from. It's not saying.
Yeah, I mean, $30 for something that was normally priced at $500. It's too good to be true.
Never mind. Maybe we should be talking about that so people, know not to do that.
Yeah, be careful. If it was anything other than online courses, if this was just a deal for something else, maybe,
I'm not saying that it's not, you won't learn something from it, but I'm saying don't go in it expecting to get like a college level.
Yeah, don't go in it expecting to actually get $500 worth of material. Yeah.
Well, look like Michael's tutoring. Is kind of what
$30 worth of material is basically what you're getting here, and that's what you'll pay.
But what always interests me is that information is freely available just about anywhere. But I guess videos are easier to find now too.
Well, it's the nice thing about having those is they do at least try to structure things and put it together. That's the really difficult part I feel for most people learning is that they can't just go out and search and follow their searches into other things. They need something to say, start here, go here next, do this next. And then,
there's a few people that can just do that, but it's probably not for everyone. And a lot of people would even benefit in just time. In other words, if it takes them 8 years to learn what could be taught to them in a structured manner in 3 months, there's a big difference there. So.
Well, what is important to everyone is a Death Star style toaster.
All right.
You won't feel that bad if your toast comes out burnt because it's coming out of a Death Star. So what do you expect?
Nice.
Oh, I love RTM's comment of it. I just noticed it about the hackers, the dental records leaking. Yeah. That was hilarious. Oh.
All right.
Oh. It's interesting. Because I was doing this Jillian Michaels. I did Michaels workout a couple of times, and apparently Xbox Fitness, when people could have purchased access to, or they were given access to the videos. Apparently that was removed from them. I'm trying to find the details of it, but
What are you talking about, Willis?
They're going to refund them. Yeah, so people apparently bought videos that they were removing, and Microsoft will refund them, but they want the videos that they paid for, understandably. This is related to Microsoft Fitness and them pulling videos.
That's what happens when you don't own content anymore.
Yeah.
Eric, I wonder if that toaster comes with its own tractor beam. It like forces you to come get the toast once you're done. I don't know. Bluetooth or Wi-Fi toaster would be impressive.
All right, this is that link that I was talking about if anybody's interested or has Xbox Fitness.
Did you see the slip and slide thing?
Who does have Microsoft Fitness?
Microsoft Fitness?
Probably not a lot of people. That's probably why they're ending support for it, and they probably don't want to put up any more content and maintain it. And there's reasons why they would do this. But but Brantley probably got the biggest point out of it. He mentioned, and that's that you don't own the content anymore. So keep that in mind when you're plucking down money for something that you don't own. So if you bought $100 worth of videos on a service that you can't guarantee will be around in the next 5 years.
No, that's why I'm fine with purchasing a streaming subscription that provides me with unlimited content.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Like me paying for one DRM video that's I may not be able to access in the future.
Horrible. Yeah, and I know, the streaming content might come and go, and libraries can change, but at least I will still have the value of the streaming of something, let alone, not having lost potentially access to content that I previously purchased.
So RTM Tech found a link for me about a phone that will capture video continuously to help us remember. And the first quote off there, it looks like, is the battery is going to be the biggest issue there. And I feel like that's why we don't have little 3D boxes ready to record everything all around for us, is the battery. And memory as well would probably be another concern. Space to record 360 video for prolonged periods of time.
It's so confusing.
What?
Can we say storage? Data storage?
Space storage, yeah.
That's what I meant. Well, he was. I think he was talking about memory hours, but that's so confusing when you're talking about technology and you just say memory.
Memory, space, storage.
Because no one ever knows customers.
Oh, look, great advancement in chocolate and fat reduction in chocolate. And anyway, I don't like chocolate. I'm not a big fan. But if this is your your little dark sin, then maybe you could maybe some of this might be good for you.
I only like white, not white. I only like dark chocolates. Let's just say dark. So I'm fine with that. But people just love shoving chocolate down your face. When the store I just have to tell you, there's a store up the road called called Try My Nuts. They have nuts and candies. And when you go in there, there's always someone following you around with something, trying to shove it into your mouth for you to sample. And they always bring me this stuff I don't like cinnamon. And they had the new product when I was in there, because I go in for Dave's Burning Nuts. But when I get in there the last time, she's following me around. They have a new product with and they're like white chocolate coated pretzels and cinnamon and sugars and some other things, and they call it white trash. Really got to check it out sometime.
All right. Well, we've reached our hour for today. Did anybody else have anything else they wanted to throw up or ramble on a bit about?
Slip and slide video?
Sure.
Bingo. Olympic gallon, Olympic size, or whatever the former Utah Olympic place and park or whatever, and then they have these things, and it's just a massive, giant slip and slide. I am so going. Brantley, next time you do a cross country or something, you got to stop by there and do a video if I don't do it.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I got one thing. Just this is a review of the new Independence Day resurgence. Ours is saying it's like a high budget porno minus sex and fun. So I can't imagine that's going to be a good review. I haven't read it in its entirety, but that pretty much sums up, I think, what Brantley was mentioning about it the other day.
I don't think I've heard a single good thing about that movie.
Yeah, I know, and that's a little bit disturbing, but because I did kind of like the first one, but well, you know.
And
regardless,
try my nuts. Like, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Browse the wares. They may ship.
No, we didn't see the guy that filled the pool with Coke and Mentos, but that sounds almost dangerous.
I saw that.
What? We saw the dry ice pool.
The guy filled a pool up with Coca-Cola and then threw Mentos in it and then 200 pounds of ice, and then he had somebody swim in it.
That might cause somebody to lose buoyancy and drown.
What?
But I would have taken some precautions with that. But
how is that? What?
Well, there's methane releases into the ocean can cause ships to lose buoyancy and basically sink. So I'm imagining a similar process might be in work there with the motion of the water and the bubbles and stuff.
They jump into the pool of Coke and they just sink to the bottom and then they can't get back up.
Well, it's possible they may not be able, if there's some sort of current developed as a result of the strong flow of the movement of the froth and stuff.
I had no idea.
I'm just concerned about their health and well-being. I'm just saying, just be careful, folks. Don't do this at home without the proper research and protection.
Yes.
I had no idea that we had Archer in our chat until now.
We did.
Yeah, it's.
You ruined my day. You know that, right?
Mentat Cork.
I haven't seen season 7.
Yeah, they come out with all kinds of good stuff.
All
right, well, let's wrap her up for today. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. And we are here to provide answers or support about any of our products or services. And otherwise, we will do this rambling on stuff to fill the air. But we hope to see everyone tomorrow. And again, if you have any questions about our products and services, feel free to hit us up. Take us on out, Proctor.
All right.